That's what I love about sound, is that it's more fusion of science and spirituality because it's so measurable. So the fact that there is scientific proof of how these bowls alter your brainwave states.
Welcome to the Whole You podcast. I'm Shannon O'Brien. These episodes explore topics related to pursuing your life's work and living a balanced, purposeful life. We dive into subjects related to wellness, career, and service. We hope you feel engaged in the conversations, share your comments, and click subscribe. Today we're talking about the healing capacity of crystal sound bowls. To enlighten us on this topic, I'm pleased to welcome Natalie Juul. Natalie is a meditation and sound practitioner based in Boston. She has been facilitating women's circles, sound baths, and retreats internationally for several years. Prior to becoming a sound healer, she became a certified hatha and prenatal yoga instructor. Originally from Denmark, Natalie has also lived in Toronto, Kuala Lumpur, and Ubud, Bali. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you so much, Shannon. It's such an honor to be here with you and with your listeners.
So we first met a few weeks ago when I attended your sound bath at the Equinox Sports Club in Boston, and I was very struck by you. And that's why I wanted you to share your passion and knowledge with Whole You listeners. For those who aren't familiar, can you tell us what a sound bath is?
So a sound bath is essentially a sound journey of a variety of instruments as well as my voice. So the way that my sound baths are built up is that I guide a meditation, an intuitive meditation. And from that meditation, I bring people to lying down and in that state of relaxation to receive the sounds that I play from the crystal sound bowls that I have and various instruments like shakers and chimes, drum, as well as my voice.
I'd like you to further describe the space and how you set it up.
So I've built up my setup over time. So it's been very intuitive for me in terms of what I've needed of instruments and crystals. And so the rug that I have is from Costa Rica that I found. I was simply driving and suddenly it was hanging outside of this little shop and it just caught my eye and I had to go back and get it. So it's followed me since. I have a variety of crystals from also around the world. So the tools that I have or the instruments that I have is a Tibetan sound bowl. And I love using this bowl to start and to end the sound bath. Then I have the crystal bowls. And they are tuned to the different chakras of the body, the 7 chakras. Then I have different shakers, maracas, from Peru that I use. And then I have a lovely rain stick, also from Peru. And I have a native drum that I built myself with a First Nations elder in Canada. And finally, I have the Koshi chime. And the Koshi chime is from France. And I call it my little fairy, my little elf that I bring around the room at the end of the sound bath. Yeah, so that is how my current setup is.
Beautiful. Yeah, and that chime was definitely last but not least. I remember when you ended the sound bath with that, it was so magical. And I was like, what could possibly be making that sound? I couldn't even imagine what it looked like, but came up to you afterwards and you showed me that it looked like a wind chime. Really beautiful. Thanks for walking through that. So after your session, I came up with many questions. And like you mentioned, you said that each of the bowls is tuned to a certain frequency that's supposed to correlate with each of the chakras. I'd love for you to explain that more. And then also, how are the crystal bowls, how are they used as a healing tool?
So the frequency of the bowls that I use are 432 hertz. And then they are toned, their notes are set for each chakra. So they follow the C scale. So each bowl that I use has a certain note. Each of these notes represent the different 7 chakras that you have in your body. And so by playing each of the notes, you can go in and stimulate the energy that is in each of those chakras. You can loosen up stagnant energy, and that is a lot of what I use the bowls for in terms of healing purposes. They're made of quartz crystal, or actually a silica sand, which is the same as quartz crystal, and that resonates very well with our body, with our crystal structure in our bones and in our blood as well. So the first one is the root chakra. Very much represents grounding, and also it represents safety. It's a great, to have that imbalance will take you out of your fight and flight. But if it's unbalanced, it can very much keep you in that state. You'll hear it here. And that is the C note. And the next one is the sacral chakra. And so it's the second chakra, so just above the pubic bone, and it represents, it's also called the sexual chakra. So it represents very much creativity, sexuality, and relationships. Let me just play that. And the note for that is D. The third chakra is the solar plexus. That is very much one's personal power and emotions, especially blocked emotions can be found there. It's very much where we receive and give emotions out into the world and to each other. And the tone is E. And the fourth one is the heart chakra. So it's associated with compassion and empathy and friendship and the ability to give and receive love. And a lot of people have blockages if they've experienced heartbreak, or it's very easy to shut the heart down or close it up, build walls around it. And I find it can be very beautiful, opening that up, especially through sound. And that note is F. Is the throat chakra. It is associated with communication and expression and speaking one's truth. And especially the throat chakra, I find, being a woman, it can be very, very blocked. It took me many years to open up my throat chakra. And I have, specifically with my throat chakra bowl, is the biggest bowl that I have. And when I got it, it wouldn't play for me. So it worked in the store. So I knew that it wasn't, there wasn't anything wrong with it. But whenever I would do sound baths, the sound, it just wouldn't come out. And after a while, I got this very strong intuitive feeling that I should start using my voice. And when I finally let go of the fear of using my voice and actually just devoted myself to the feelings that came through the sound bath and started using my voice, that bowl just started playing so loudly.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really beautiful. I feel that these bowls have a lot to teach us, especially if one chooses to use them as a healing modality. So this is the throat chakra, and the note is G. And the sixth bowl is the third eye chakra, and it is the chakra that's also called the Akya center. And it's connected to your intuition and visualization and inner vision. And the note is A. And the seventh and last bowl that I have is the crown chakra. It is the top of the head chakra. and it's associated with cosmic awareness and higher spirituality. So it's complete integration with source, and the note is B.
Beautiful. Thank you. And who do you believe can benefit from this healing modality and this process of hearing these sounds?
I believe everyone can benefit from it. I find that it gives access to everyone, regardless of where they come from. I have people from all walks of life that come and participate in my sound baths, from people who are deeply rooted in the spiritual community to very corporate people, or people who are, classical musicians. And so it's a high, variety of people that come. And that's what I love about sound, is that it's more fusion of science and spirituality, because it's so measurable. So the fact that there is scientific proof of how these bowls alter your brainwave states from beta, which is the more high alert, into alpha, which is relaxation. And it's something that even people who don't have necessarily an interest or connection to spiritual world or meditation can benefit from. And they do have many of the same benefits as classical music. So the frequency is the same as classical music, the 432 hertz, and that naturally will bring you into this calm state, and can be the bridgeway into meditation. So I have a lot of people who attend my sound baths and don't have any expectations in terms of spiritual experiences, and end up having their first spiritual experience through it, kind of having an out-of-body experience, or suddenly visualizations where they maybe previously have never experienced having visualizations.
So they just think they're going into, here's some sounds, and then they're leaving their body and like, oh, wow.
It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
And I've had people who have almost religiously come to every sound bath I've done if I've been in a certain city for a longer period of time, where they fall asleep instantly. And they keep coming back, and it's because it's the best sleep they've ever had in their life. So typically, if they're very stressed out and deeply integrated in a stressful workday, so it can also benefit from simply just shutting everything down.
It sounds like you're finding a lot of, let's call it, success in what your passion is and what your life's work is. And people are responding to it and coming together around what you truly love to do. If you are willing to play us a few minutes of your instruments.
Yes, I'd love to do that. Mm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It really feels like a journey, these different emotions and feelings and letting go. There's so many things that occur for me, and I'm sure that for each individual it's different, but it's beautiful that the way that the sound enables that, and to know that there's a healing that takes place. It's beyond just beautiful sounds, it's something deeper that's going on. So I suspect, just like me, people are very eager to learn more about you and to perhaps set up a healing session for themselves. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit more about your offerings and what is the best way for people to reach you.
I offer a variety of individual one-on-one sound healing sessions. I also offer mother blessing ceremonies. I also offer women's circles and as well as retreats. And so the best way to get in contact with me is, so I have a website that is nataliejuul.com. And then there's also my Instagram, which is natalie.juul. That's definitely the one that's most up to date. And people can always instant message me or write to me through the website.
Perfect. And I'm sure many will want to. Thank you so much for your time, Natalie. I really appreciate you sharing your healing sounds with all of us. For more insights on wellness, career, and service, check out wholeyou.info. Thanks for listening, and I'm wishing you a balanced, purposeful day.